Y lo tengo que citar, el Rudy, lo tengo que citar. Él es un recuerdo. Él es un recuerdo. Y acuérdense, te dijo también de.
All right, we should be getting into this soon, hopefully. Actually, I didn't double check the results of. I know Bestia. I was a little bit surprised to see them in the winner side of Grand Finals. I know they beat 3D Max, but did they beat Bait in the upper bracket finals, or did 3D Max beat Bait to knock them down to losers? Okay, 3D Max beat Bait, and then they lost to Bestia. Interesting. All right, so getting started. Bait starting off on the CT side, Bestia on the CT side, on the T side. The two B names might confuse me a little bit. So smoke here on Xbox to prevent people from watching down into the lower tunnels, and there's going to be 3 Bestia players coming that way. But Kensazor is actually in the mid doors. He's able to peek out and get the first kill, but then he's immediately traded by Teemo. A lot of players watching this mid to B cross here for Bait. So Teemo goes a little bit too far and goes down, but now Bestia are now redirecting to a cat execute. Clean first shot from Sizzy, making this a 2v4, but then Nacho gets the kill onto Sizzy. So 1 player advantage for Bait. The bomb will get planted without contestion. Okay, they did overlook the player there in elevator, but then the 2 players coming up cat are able to get the final kill. So bomb plant for Bestia, but other than that, a pretty clean round for Bait. I feel like they kind of outmaneuvered Bestia through that entire round. Hello, Pink. Indeed. Souls is overrated. It's all about that Counter-Strike, baby. You gotta go... Like, it. I would play more Souls if it had guns, but unfortunately it does not. I'm sure there's a mod out there that does it. Alright, we do have a decent investment here for Bestia in this round. 3 Galils. This match is pretty important because both of these teams are trying to qualify for the Major, which is like the biggest tournament of the year. And doing well here means they're very likely to qualify for that tournament. NPL goes down to the spray of Buddha. Now everyone for Bait left is very spread out. Sizzy's going to be flashed away, so he's just going to have to play from the sight box. Bestia are taking this maybe a little too slow. They have a huge advantage, but they don't quite know it. Alex gets 1 at long, but that's not enough. Sizzy's being shot from behind and somehow still has not gone down. Where did all of these kills come from? One of the players rotated from CT and got a bunch of other kills, and that took the heat away from Sizzy to get 2 more. I think someone from Bestia might have whiffed onto Sizzy because he was just out in the open and he wasn't looking that way, and he just somehow survived. Like, see, if you look at the radar, there's 2 players peeking him when he's looking the other way, and he somehow doesn't go down to them. believe we have a technical timeout here. I'm curious why there's so many extra headphones lying on the desk. Yeah, because there's the 2 pink ones, but then I think I see 2 more back there.
Да.
Sounds like we might be okay. I believe is that Alex666? I think that's the guy in the middle. He's getting his headphones back on, and I heard some buying, but still in pause, so maybe not. Nope, we're
Я
good.
тебе давал, ты мне обратно дал.
Я пойду внешку.
Да. Да, я тебе отвечаю.
О,
Ты обратно.
пойди.
Small investment coming out here for Bestia. Just some deagles and armor. Sizzy could earn some serious cash if he decides to push here. Only gets the 1. It is the SMG to go down, so not the biggest deal. Some nice shots from Kensazor, but Tomazine actually gets a second one and a third. So honestly, a pretty decent eco round, all things considered, for Bestia. Who is Dennis? What was that? Oh, I just realized I'm covering the money. Or the utility, rather. Alright, so the op coming out for Cassine. What? That's what I said. I'm not doing that. And then likewise, the op coming out for Sizzy as well. Sizzy opping here on the catwalk, but he's going to get mollied off and drop down to CT. Bestia just waiting in mid. Okay, now going for this mid to B push. 4 players coming from the mid side. Essential goes down with nothing, and NDL was able to get 2 from the car, but then a nice shot from Timo to get the trade onto them, so that's going to be a man advantage for Bestia in this post plan. I am not sure that Bait actually want to go for this round. I think they're just going to end up saving. Bait had 3 players on that B site in the right spot, but the only players who gets any kills is NPL, and the other 2 players getting absolutely nothing else done. So first round on the board for Bestia. One SMG on the side of Bait, just because they have not managed to build up that much money. I think partially due to that one Deagle round from Tomazine. But other than that, there's 4 rifles around that MP9. Right now that MP9 is playing solo on the B site, so we'll see if Bestia decide to end up going that way. At the moment, looks like they're leaning more towards A. NPL getting into a dangerous fight there in mid. Okay, Sizzy, I was going to say, Bestia have done a good job not letting that op get into play, but this time Sizzy is actually able to get the opening kill. Bestia, after that kill, not committing up this cat side. Looking like they want to do another mid to B split. It worked out so well the last time. Someone needs to smoke this cross, though. They will do it. Cassine actually gets the opening kill. So once again, Bait have 3 players here. NPL only gets 1 and goes down, and then SMTL on that MP9 gets nothing else done. However, this time we do have an even man advantage, or yeah, even rounds. Sizzy gets a player on the through the doors, I think, trying to jump across. Wow, okay. Nice shot from Sizzy. That was a great round from him. Starting and ending that round. A little bit of a late buy from Bestia, but they have managed to get an op into play. That op is actually not the one who's going to get the opening kill. It's going to be Teemo here in long doors. I don't know if Bait were expecting Bestia to be on an eco round. I feel like that was too much of a push from Sizzy. Could be a big fight here through these mid doors. Kensazor, he hasn't seen anyone yet, but there's 3 players here. He catches 1 player throwing utility, and Kensazor gets 1, but then he's immediately traded by Buddha. NPL is able to fall back, but it's a man advantage for Bestia. So everyone from Bestia rotating towards long, and Alex was holding this with the op, which would have been the perfect weapon for it. He should get here to peek it just in time. He'll see 2 or 3, but he's not able to get any of the kills. Does get 1. Do they have a molly for him? They do. So he actually gets a second kill on the re-peek and tries to go for a no-scope. Essential maybe peeking out too early. However, this is a very winnable clutch for NPL. All the players are so low, but they're all watching Cat, so NPL doesn't get anything done. Second round for Bestia. Nice second shot here. Cassine was holding that angle. I feel like Bait should have played that as a team a little bit more. And Bait had their money emptied out, and actually they do decide to invest, and NPL does a very fast push up mid and gets the opening kill. Sizzy is all alone out here in mid, and he's going to go down, so it's a 4v4. Ooh, Tomazine breaks up open that Xbox smoke, but then it's NPL who gets the more damage out of that exchange. But Buddha will be spamming the smoke, knowing there could be a player there. They probably will notice it wasn't NPL who was just there, although he has actually rotated all the way around from CT and is now watching mid. Buddha just barely able to tame that spray and get the kill onto NPL. So 2-man advantage for Bestia. One thing I've liked is that they're always watching their extremities. Like, yeah, they do have a man advantage, but they had a player watching the B push, they had a player watching the long push, and 2 players in mid. I'm not able to get caught off unawares. Okay, Alex does get 1, but that's all he's going to be able to get. All onto Essential here. With just a Deagle, he should be able to pick up a weapon in mid, but he's actually opting not to, and instead deciding to flank on a faster timing. Looks like he just about had that, but not able to get the kill. Force buy does not go the way of bait, and now they have to take an eco. The last round did start off well, but... Ding dong?
Bien, la puta madre, boludo.
Bien, Nacho.
Bien, boludo.
Mano, tá toda hora passando saltando, dá pra varar de novo, velho. Eita, Litão. Para tranquilo. Ah,
Couldn't have put it any better myself. Has this player lower been spotted by the mid players for Bestia? He might actually... Oh, Kensazor had a timing, but he's just... panics and shoots too early. Now he's going to get mollied out, and he gets nothing done, and his teammate goes down in the meantime as well. And Sizzy's going to go down as well, so Bestia have a clean route to the A site. And that USP is not going to get anything done. This is the most dramatic timeout music I've ever heard.
Книжку уже вообще не берут. Уже 3 раза мали дают книжку.
Они вообще не знают. Да, да.
Maybe this is something the official stream is like talking about it. But it's a bit weird to have on the feed because I have no idea what's going on. Very heavy long lean for bait. But they are just going to establish that it's not a long rush, and then they're actually going to rotate away. They're only leaving Alex here. Everyone else is rotated towards these mid doors. Bestia playing it very slow. Looking like it will be a cat push to start this assault on the A site. One player will be coming long later. NPL playing this jump up position, which if you can get 1 kill and fall off could be good. But I feel like it gets checked so often. NPL is actually not going to get involved at all just yet. You will hear a lot of footsteps, so everyone from bait is now rotating over. Timo gets the opening kill from long, so everyone for bait is now just here in CT, and they've lost control of the site, and they're just going to opt to save. Yeah, a little bit of a questionable setup. I mean, I guess NPL was supposed to be watching Cat, and then he was playing a position, and he got smoked off. And so Alex had to be, watching Cat, which means he had to look away from watching Long, and he just got taken out by the player who came Long late. All kind of comes down to NPL not being able to get involved in that Cat fight.
Tiene sangre. No te la echo de vida.
So Alex, the top performer of the bait team so far, has been relegated to just a 5-7. As for right now, he will just be boosting another player, but in the meantime, bait have left B completely open. Sizzy does get one kill on the cross, but they actually have already crossed into the site, and Sizzy's not ready for that. There was another kill for bait that came in the meantime, so 1-man advantage for BESTIA. Actually, they've taken a lot of utility damage as well. But they will be able to get the bomb planted. They can't seem to sort out who's going to be playing where. Okay, one player's going to be tucking in back plat with the op. Okay, nice trades for bait so far. Now it's all onto Cassine, and he has been hurt through that spray through the smoke, so that was a clean retake from bait.
Не, мне кажется, они пока так сделали просто, да.
I thought that was going to play out differently. I was expecting bait to start the retake. Oh, I guess we can. Well,
Блядь.
okay.
Дам.
Так,
Лонг
мы за
не
Дэйл
били.
подеремся втроем.
Go. Делаем быстро книжки.
Дай нам флешку, дай.
А не слышно?
Okay. I was expecting bait to start that retake earlier when BESTIA were still kind of shuffling around, not really sure who was going to be watching which way. But then BESTIA did sort of their positions. In the meantime, so early B peak for BESTIA, which isn't something they've done so far, but actually it doesn't really go their way. Cassine does get one trade, however, so 2 kills on the B rush and for bait, and then 1 kill in return for BESTIA. Still 2 players very deep in mid for bait, which perhaps BESTIA won't be expecting, and NPL actually opting to push even farther. Okay, NPL will be hearing a player drop suicide. He is not watching long, however, crucially. He knows it's open, so there's Alex here in the car is watching for that, but he could have at least gotten information about, how many players. Instead, he's opting to go for a flank, and he's going to be too late, at least initially. However, all of bait has rotated to the right side, pretty much. NPL just not wanting to activate too soon and go down and let the flank possibility come through, but actually no, it's perfectly played. Sizzy takes the first contact, and then no one's expecting the backstab from NPL. Great push from him. Nice shot from Sizzy too on the jump boosted player, run boosted player. Final round of the half, and we actually have a full buy from both teams. Love to see it. Cassine gets a kill onto the enemy opera of Sizzy on the mid cross. I feel like bait haven't always looked the best in these man disadvantage rounds. Essential, he starts to push B, but actually he calls it off after spawning a player, and actually no damage exchanged either way. Very interesting call from Bait. They're actually rotating everyone off the B site. Which might actually end up being the right call, unless Cassine is still watching mid, and actually Nacho is starting to lurk out B and find that it's going to be clear. And NPL goes down as well. 1v5 for Alex 666. And he will be spotted. 1v5 turned 1v3, and he can isolate these 1v1s, but okay. Still unlikely. But nice try.
Era para todos los rounds, me parece. Dale, este no va a ser equipo, va a ser muy sencillo de jugar. Hay que mantener la calma, ¿no?
All right, now it's time to see what Bait can do on their T side. Very even kill distribution for both teams, actually. Almost everyone on 7 or 8 or 9 kills. Only players below that are Essential and Cassine. All 5 players for Bait are in these tunnels area, so it will be a B hit. Cassine's going to see the utility start to fly out. He's going to let that, was that a smoke or a flash go? But in the meantime, Bait have fully taken this site. Tumzine actually not supported by his teammate in the window at all. Buddha's the only one able to get anything done, but then another one of his teammates falls in the meantime. So it's going to be a 2v4 retake. Both players coming from this tunnels area. And this long distance engagement isn't really what you want these dualies to do. And it seems Buddha just wants to save his armor. And the dualies. Those are so useful in a buy round.
Terrorists win.
Хорош, пац.
Вань, не форсаться обычно?
Если вы не блок, просто качественно закончим. Отфорсят, понимать.
BESTIA have invested after losing that pistol round. They will find a nice nade over towards long. Where's the scout? The scout could do some real damage if it can get onto the A site. Yes, it will be in that position, but Bait are not fully committing to this long play now. However, BESTIA are fully committing 4 of these players to this A site. Or are they? They're turning around now. I can't tell who's second guessing more. So Bait once again going all long. And okay, it will be basically a 5v5. They need to worry about the scout though, and actually they need to worry about the flank too. The scout takes a shot, not able to find any damage. Does get 1 kill, but that's about it. Now this is when the flank starts to activate in this 4v4. The flank does get a kill and is able to fall back. Timo with his deagle is able to get a second as well. Both I can't tell if that's, I don't know the icons. 2v2 somehow, but look at the HP for Bait. It's so low. Whereas everyone for BESTIA is on full HP. NPL just a radar shot and... Oh, 1v1. Essential can't plant. He needs to go for the kill. And he can't do it. Force buy round for BESTIA.
anda. Lo primero fondo, quédate cerca de medio, quédate por medio, casi.
It did ultimately come down to all that utility damage that Bestia was able to do early in the round. Bait just can't play this 2v2 in like any way that... Yeah, because of their low HP. Bait looking like they once again just want to do a full 5 players rush out. It will be towards this B site this time. So they're kind of just alternating every other round. First kill goes the way of Bestia, and there's a nice crossfire here, but Alex does kill the second player, but another player's rotated in, so NPL should not find anything else. I'm hoping Bait are able to come up with a little bit more complex of a strategy than just 5 players rush. Is this their map pick? It is Bestia's map pick. Okay. Bait taking a tactical timeout. I don't blame them. I'm not sure what their buy is going to look like. Yeah, I was going to say, I think they're on 2K. So I don't know if they have a plan for this eco round, but I feel like you shouldn't take tactical timeouts right in front of an eco round. That's just my opinion, though. So 5 players for Bait in mid. They will actually get the opening kill, but they probably won't be able to recover that rifle. Cassine gets 2. His teammate is now watching this as well. So unlikely to be anything done for the remainder of Bait.
Terrorists win.
¿De 20 no hay?
И продлим 3 middle, выйдем контактом, и по верхней. Нужно будет добавить молик за дальний с верхней, или там сайт и за
Подожди, это первый раунд?
They should do that in middle. I agree. Alright, so Bait finally getting their first rifle round on this T side. Cassine getting this op out, so he wanted to take a peek down mid from Cat, but he's going to get mollied off, at least for the time being. Bait starting this mid to B. They haven't smoked this cross yet. Okay, we'll come out now. They will have spotted a player window, and there will be a player coming from tunnels who... Okay, the 2 B defenders actually get a kill each, so that does leave this round doable for Bestia, but Bait will get the bomb down in a 3v3. Tunnel smoked off. Buddha gets a spam kill through the door. He'll start getting aggressive after he throws that molly, and he will get a kill as well. (2v2), and there is a kit for both players left alive, but I think they're just gonna call it. So I would say that's a much needed round win for Bait. They lost this one to be 10 for Bestia, and they'd be relegated to at least a, well, they probably could have gotten a full buy, but or a partial buy-in, but they do need to start to turn this game around. So now 9-8, 1 round for the favor of Bestia. So because of their losing streak and the fact that so many players died for the side of Bait, they don't have enough money to get an op-out on this T side, but there is an op-out for Cassine. A lot of utility being thrown up Cat. There's not actually anybody here. Now Bestia are going to smoke off this Cat side, and right when Bait wants to start their Cat execute as well. These Cat players will need to find the first kill before this this lurker of Essential can come out. So Teemo is the one who gets the first kill, and this op should be at the perfect angle. Teemo gets a second. It's now all onto this long lurk, and they're not going to be able to find anything at all. They're shooting at ghosts on the A site. I don't know what they're shooting at.
Counter-terrorists win.
Medio.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate round to lose in such a terrible fashion for Bait, because they finally won a round after their losing streak, and then they're back to losing. So their loss bonus is going to be at 2,400. They can get some guns around if they want to, around the saved AK, but there's probably going to be some Galils in the mix.
Я просто бьет из.
It's actually looking like Bait don't want to buy up anything around it. So really hoping that the saved AK can do a lot here. It is a very fast Cat push. But Bestia are definitely aware that this is a possibility. Nice tracking shot from Cassine. And there's another player here in CT to watch as well. AK goes down. Cassine gets 3. It's a full house between Buddha and Cassine.
No, no, para mí bueno, para mí bueno. Sácate esa carrera. Dale.
Just nice shots from Cassine. So I believe this is the first time that Sizzy is getting this AWP out into his hands on the T side. I also feel like this is one of the first times that I'm seeing Bait do a proper default. Although it looks like they're going to be starting a cat execute once again. Has to go better than the last 2 times. They'll get smoked off and naded just as they throw their own utility for this execute, so does that cancel their plans? Looking like they're going to make it a mid to beat. Okay, I like using this. Okay, Kinsensor gets the opening kill. Actually, Nacho gets 1. NPL gets a 2nd. NPL lurking, not able to get anything more, but Kensizor mollies out Tomazine, and now it's a 2v2. Cassine swaps his op for this AK, so 2v2. Essential on a Mac 10. Kensizor playing it aggressive, and then at the same time, Cassine peeks the doors and gets Kensizor as well. So just that retake is just immediately successful. I wasn't sure how to rate Bestia, to be perfectly honest, because I don't think I've seen them play against European teams for quite a while. I think they mostly just play in South America. And I knew they were like right on the cusp of making a major invite, and so I wasn't sure how to properly rate them. But they are looking at least very good here on this first map. Or Galil buy for Bait. That's ooh, it's not good. It's not good. I was just about to say, when you have a 4 Galil buy, you know things aren't going very well. Cassine almost caught off guard, but there's a flank coming from Tomazine. Should find these last 2 players unaware. Cassine just dies to the molly, but it doesn't matter. Bait only able to get 2 rounds on their T-half, and one of those was the pistol round. So Bestia 1 map away from winning this tournament. I mean, with the teams in attendance, I wasn't really expecting them to be in contention for that. But they're here to prove that they do deserve it. Turn that down a little bit. I mean, the one thing that was immediately clear to me is that on the T side, Bestia was always watching their flanks. Like, if they have 3 players in mid, they always have 1 player watching a tunnels push and 1 player watching a long push. Whereas Bait, honestly, half the rounds, it was just 5 guys rush one direction. And then even when they were at least playing a bit more of a default, they were leaving some holes. So Bestia just looking way more prepared on this map. Yeah, I was surprised that Bait's T side was looking so flat, because at least on their CT side, they at least, like, it wasn't just like outshooting their opponents. They were still making some good pushes. Like, there was that replay that just played a couple of rounds ago, where NPL made that really aggressive lurk down mid, and I feel like if you can make reads like that on the CT side, it should also be able to, come up with some T side plans. I don't know if Alex is calling both their T and their CT side. Maybe NPL is calling one of those two. I'm not sure. But we only have a 10-15 minute break before the next map, so I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. So I will be right back. Ooh, best viewers? I already have the best viewers, thank you. I believe these are all male, like, specific terms for animals or bugs, animals, I don't know. I'm not sure what, I guess Drake. I think Drake is something. Yes. Migos, I don't think is a word. Same with mi son. Opening a chance. Moment, kind of. I mean, there's like back or opening as in like someone's vulnerable spot. So chance could kind of fit with that as well. Hang on. To endorse someone, to second someone, to back someone, to champion someone. And then we have moment, chance, opening, window. And I have no idea what this could be. Ends of liquor brands. Bacardi. Jameson, I think, is like a whiskey or something. I don't know what the other two are. So about 2 minutes. Well, I started my Wordle, so I had my first guess, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. So I'm thinking, well, port. Oh, hang on. Okay, so it's Oser, or yeah, it's Oser. So like doser, someone who doses. Or no, actually, it starts with S. Sober. No, I dragged this by accident instead of the other thing.
¿Y si nos vamos con un trofeo? Así te hago, así te hago. Yo te doy un besito.
So just an interesting fact for the map coming up. So, well, for Dust 2, Bestia have a 70% win rate. Bait have a 50% win rate. However, for Bait's pick, their own pick is also a 50% win rate, whereas Bestia have a 67% win rate on their opponent's pick. So an interesting choice for Bait. So yeah, they picked Mirage, so it is the map that they played the most, but not the best win rate on it. And I imagine that Bait will be starting on the T side. And that was where they looked by far the weakest.
Nacho, este es tu mapa, amigo. Este, tu mapa. ¿Mi mapa? Tu mapa. Obvio. Tu carrera. Gracias.
Только давайте сделаем... Нет, сколько туда, помнишь? Вот,
What was that noise?
Nah, por favor.
Yeah, I would have put another game up if I would have realized we were going to be... I thought they were getting back from the break already, but I guess we're waiting a little bit longer. Or I spoke too soon. All right. So as I said, bait starting on the T side. They'll need to do better than the previous map, which if it's their pick, you would hope they'd be able to do. Smoking the window and con. And bait will have 3 players coming out mid. Bestia not going to challenge. Will this be a fast cat play? I'm unsure because they would have 2 players kind of in the wrong spot for a B push. They are rerouting now through con. And 1 player will be here in the ramp. We'll spot a player over at Ticket, but there is a player pushed up into Palace, which I would hope they would be aware of, since no one's been watching that the whole round. But there's about to be 3 players coming out from CT. Buddha gets a clean opening kill, and now this Palace player is choosing to make their play. They do get a kill, but Bait did find 1 kill in the meantime, so 1-man advantage for Bestia. NPL running out of ammo. Kensizar actually flanks behind them in CT, but doesn't get anything done. Now it's all into Sizzy with this P250. He gets 1 kill, but Bestia are sticking the defuse. So that's a pistol round win for Bestia. Nice opening kill, and then perfect timing on this Palace player to activate. Actually, Dust 2 wasn't even that close, and Bait won both pistols. Now they've lost their first pistol round. Very aggressive mid-push for Bestia. We'll spot a player's second chair, who's, for now, staying alive. Okay, as I say that, they go down. In the meantime... Oh, okay. Tomazine gets 3. Bait try a B hit, and it's very one-dimensional. That was with an investment, too.
Алло. Алло. Он у меня вот сюда.
Hello?
Алло.
Four deals for Bait. Show me some magic. But with that smoke coming out, I mean, there was only 1 player on the B site, so that could have been a bomb plant if they were able to overrun him. But instead, now Bait is rerouting through Underpass, and they will be found and caught. Actually, it is 2 kills that come out for the side of Bait, and only 1 for Bestia. Tomazine pushes up mid, and he's out of ammo, but his teammate is covering him from window, excuse me. So a triple from Nacho. It's all into Alex, who has been spotted now. Kobe. First rifle round for Bait. I believe NPL has been heard here in the apps. Nice mid flash, but Buddha will not see anything, which could be false information. But actually with that jumping player, he's actually going to get the information, and they're going to exchange some nades both directions. So NPL will be vacating his B space, and he's going to be picking up the bomb. So the bomb should be heading over towards this A site. Buddha here on the stairs does not go down to Sizzy somehow. Tensazor trades, but another player's gone down in the meantime. Until coming out, Apps gets a crazy shot onto Timo, but Cassine's there with the off as well. And Tomazine comes out from jungle, leaving Kensazor in a 1v2, and he's not able to make it happen. I mean, I feel like that's all down to that. Oh, okay, there was two players there at ramp. Okay, so I can understand not expecting the op player to be there as well. I think ultimately that round is decided by that kill from Buddha onto Sizzy. Like, I feel like Sizzy could have, he had the advantage in that fight, and it just ultimately, like, sometimes spraying through that wall can be deceiving. But it was an important kill that he wasn't able to get. He has been entrusted with the sole AK in this round, however, hoping to make amends for that round. It will be a fast A hit this round for Bait. Depends on who takes first contact, whether they burst out through that palace smoke. It will be the palace players come up first, but Cassine gets a kill onto the ramp and a kill from palace as well. So 1-man advantage for Bestia. Bait could have had their first bomb plant. 2 fakes for Kensazor, and he's getting sprayed by the stairs player as well. So the remaining 2 players for Bait are both low. And now they have no utility, no smokes, and no space to get this bomb actually down. Kensazor does get 1 kill. He's got a Glock with 1 bullet in it. Five rounds in a row for Bestia. I was saying I don't want this the T side on Bait's map pick to be as bad as their T side on Dust 2 was, but it's kind of looking like that's the case right now. the op rings out in the apartments and gets the open kill onto NPL. And now Bestia leaving only Nacho with this very aggressive line, watching the apartments. Everyone else is rotated towards this A site. It's perhaps an unnecessary risk to be making when they already have a man advantage. Because it's looking like... Okay, Nacho has seen one player and he should be calling for a rotate. And he's now fighting all three players from Cat and this player in Palace's, apartments as well. But he has stayed alive long enough for at least his teammates to rotate over. But Alex is, I think, watching his radar or something. He goes down. One player in the site who's gone kind of unnoticed. But somehow this has ended up in a 2v2. Kensazar should hear that, but he goes down and Timo gets a double. And some trash talk just to, add some insult to injury. Yeah, Timo, he shouldn't have even gotten that first kill because he was hurt in the molly. And Alex kind of went down for free. Looks like Bait are just kind of trying to invest a little bit into every single round, hoping that they can make something happen because they don't want to take a full eco and start giving even more points over to their teammate. But at the same time, if you invest too much, then you'll never have a full gun round. So maybe a little bit of a panic buy or a rage buy. AK will be boosted in mid, but Buddha, I don't know if that was a read or if he saw something, but he just sprays and kills two. And Timo, in the meantime, gets another kill on the B side. And Buddha kills a third player now. And NPL cleared out from the underpass as well. I mean, a fair amount of money invested into that round from NPL. Not a ton of money, but gets absolutely nothing done. Sizzy with the AWP. See if he can get something done. The off on the side of Cassine will be here in Pond, but actually it's going to be Thomasine who gets the opening kill. Onto Kensazor in mid. Nacho comes up from Cad as well. Gets some information, but not able to get any more kills. Essential might be lurking out Palace. He could find a timing onto someone. But actually, no. Now there's going to be at least 3 players here, so unlikely to find anyone with their back turned. Alex does get a kill onto one of those players, so now Essential's going to come out, and he will find a kill onto Cassine. Buddha gets one and is immediately traded, so main advantage for Bait. They need to make this round theirs. If they can't win this, then it's kind of hopeless. Nacho's going to be coming through this smoke. He actually might find the perfect timing, but he takes some shots because I think he got caught up onto Sizzy. So they should know where he is. Okay. Bait do finally win their first round. Not overly convincing because there were a couple of ways that could have gone very differently.
контактом выйти в мидл. Они ни зиг не свингуют, никакой агрессии не делают в мидл. Просто подойти, срывать потом пуком.
Дайте смог
По
старт, дайте
контакту.
пуст мне на старте. Это ваша минут.
Buddha once again trying to spray down through this mid smoke, but this time he's not able to find anything. Bait will nade it open, and NPL will get the opening kill, but then there's just a bunch of trades both ways, leaving us in the 3v3. Essential has made his way onto the A site. Little bit of a labored kill onto Timu, giving them the A site and the main advantage. Bombs rotating over this way. Hamzin will be watching this from Cat. But he should be smoked off, so I feel like that was the one way this round could have gone wrong, is if Tomazine was able to get a kill through that through Con. Sizzy, I think Tomazine just barely poking out of the smoke. So now 1v3 for Nacho. Just get the first kill. Sizzy will see he's not on it. I think this might... is he still going to go for this with 10 seconds left? No, he's going to opt to save. I respect the decision because despite their huge win streak, actually just losing those 2 rounds, Bestia's money is starting to empty out. So saving that 1 rifle will be very important for getting together a decent buy for the next round. It's actually worse than I thought. There's 2 MP9s for the side of Bestia. So this could be how Bait make a comeback into this game, as if they're able to break the money here and get a couple more rounds for the end of the half. Bestia not fighting for mid aggressively this round like they have most other rounds. This time they're opting to push down the ramp, and they have made it into T-spawn. Sizzy needs to be ready for this. He has his gun out. Barely gets the kill onto Timo. Will he expect another player here? He will not, but Casina's going to be falling back into the A site now. Essential tries to come out through from Palace, finds a kill onto the player in jungle and the player who was ramp. So now mostly empty A site. 1 player here in jungle, and Nacho getting that kill into NPL leaves us in a doable position for Bestia. Hamzin has, I think, been heard. Nacho gets the first kill, and then Tomzine gets a second, so now it's Tomzine for Essential. 1v1. They both know where each other are. It's not planted for Essential, but Tomzine doesn't have a kit. He needs to stick it now, and Essential will be checking that. So that will be a 3rd round win for Bait.
Но тоника, молодец. Дроп, да, Диман?
Дай дроп, дай дроп. Андрей, запустишься? Да. Так, подожди, Ваня, сейчас разбирай. Окей, да.
Yeah, that round just barely was not like able to, like, Bestia made that so doable, but just weren't able to bring it into a round win at the last minute. In the second to last round of the half, I thought that Bestia might opt to go for a partial buy here, but they have fully invested. 1 M4, 2 FAMASs, 2 MP9s. Pretty passive round for Bestia. NPL not fully committing to the window play just yet, just going to be waiting here on this ledge. I was going to say, is he still there? How did they not see him? But actually, NPL gets 1 kill, but that's all he's able to get before he goes down to Cassine. Perfectly timed. Oh, Nacho! Nacho, you need to pull the trigger! Cassine, or Thomasine took so much aggro, but then Nacho not able to pull the trigger, and now it's some nice trades in the meantime. So now it's all onto Timu in this 1v2. Goes through the smoke and goes down. I don't know about that. Like, Thomasine was at a good angle. He gets flashed off. Nacho, knowing that his teammate is taking aggro, he goes into peek. He sees a player but doesn't shoot. And then he does another peek. Sees like 2 more players, doesn't shoot. And then his teammate goes down. And then all of Bait turn and just, you know, fight him. And I think he got maybe 1 there, but I don't know. Maybe just some nerves coming into play. Pretty much the exact same buy that Bestia had in the previous round is what they have into this round as well. Interesting decision here from Bait. They had a lot of players kind of all leaning towards mid or B apartments, and now they're just kind of slowly walking back towards A. They have enough time to clear everything out. Timu, is he going to make... No, he's just going to be tucking into this corner here. Could get a lot done, especially with that flash coming in. Perfectly timed. Timu gets 3 and picks up the AK. This Palace Lurk, he could find a timing. NPL's going to be making some noise to hopefully distract, but Sentinel throws a molly, so they know where both players are. Sentinel goes down to that molly. I think they're going to overlook the player here in dark. Yeah, now all into the Sentinel, and he goes down, so... I mean, that entire round literally just comes down to 1 flashbang. 8-4 lead for Bestia. Is that going to be enough? Because Bait have definitely looked their best on the CT side. Great flash from Cassine. So Buddha is just going to be here to throw some utility. 4 players will be coming out from apartments. Sentinel gets some information. Team was the first player out, and he goes down immediately. Cassine has at least made it out. But there's 3 players here now. Make it 1. Kenzazor runs out of ammo, reloads, and still gets the kill onto Thomasine. Nacho and Buddha are the 2 players left. 3 players for Bait. Clean kill for Buddha, but he's the only player left alive now. Tough to make it past this crossfire. Pistol round win for Bait, and not even a bomb plant for Bestia.
Давайте посмотрим. Все четко.
I want to see the... Kenzazor gets the reload off, and then gets the kill. pretty much a full Glock round for Bestia, just the one Deagle coming out for Tomazine. Kenzazor not watching Khan, he's just watching the bench. Okay, you will see Buddha. Meantime, 3 players have jumped out Palace. No kills found for the side of Bestia. Much better buy in this round for Bestia. 2 MP9s and a FAMAS on the other side to the 5 AKs of Bestia, and Buddha will find a clean opening kill onto Kenzazor, who has been the best performer for bait in this map. NPL and Alex now starting this ramp push, but the player up here is going to be seeing it. Despite that, it's actually Alex and NPL come up with the kills instead, and they've now got control of the bomb. Tomazine comes out from Palace and does get a nice kill onto NPL. Nacho here on the stairs. May not be expecting a player behind him in connector, so that will even us up into a 2v2. But Tomazine actually gets both of the remaining 2 kills. So first buy round going to the side of Bestia. Bait, I mean, probably aren't going to have that much money saved up for this round. Their buy is probably going to be looking pretty similar to what it was in this round. Okay, actually, I did see NPL had enough money to drop over that op, and Bait actually have much better guns, but not a ton of utility coming into this round. Sizzy gets the opening kill onto Timo, not Timu. And Alex gets another kill, and Sizzy re-peeks, and now it's a 2v5, made it 1v5. I don't know if Bestia just weren't expecting the op there, because that just looked a little too easy for Bait. Senthiel getting some spray damage through the smoke in apartments. Could Kenzazor get caught off by these 3 players in mid? Is there a timing maybe? He is looking the right way, but Cassine does get a 1 deke, but it's now all left onto Timo. Has been seen. So only the 1 kill found for Bestia. I'm a little bit surprised that this map is now looking like Bait are kind of favored to win this one. Considering how it started, I wasn't expecting it. I believe it was 7-0 and then ended 8-4 the first half. Sizzy getting boosted in the apartments. With this AWP, had an opportunity, but not able to hit the flick. Bestia looking like they want to make this a B hit. They have left 2 players here in mid, one at the top, one at the bottom of mid. They're going to be throwing some utility to hopefully keep the bait players over towards this A side. Buddha will be coming up Cat. He'll spy that op who gets blinded. I don't know if Sizzy... Okay, he's aware. He gets the open kill onto Buddha. So now it's all onto this apartment's hit. They haven't made it out yet, and Essential peeks in and gets 1 and 2. And a dink onto Cassine, so now it's a 1v3 that's not looking very doable. He doesn't even have the bomb. It's still up on the balcony.
Бра, они не знают, они знали, что это правда. Go default.
Good hold for Kensazor there. Gets 2.5 kills, I believe. Bestia just need to find some momentum because they just haven't been able to find much of anything. All their round wins have been immediate round wins for bait immediately traded, so they haven't been able to streak anything together. And a nice nade from NPL. And some spam damage as well through the smoke. And some more. Okay, but Tomazine has come to the window. Unexpected. Now it's 666 here, kind of stuck in con. Hasn't gone down, and his teammate is covering for him. He's still alive. 3 players ran at him trying to get the kill when he was on low HP, and none of them could do it. NPL dropping underpass. Making a lot of steps. Gets some damage onto Nacho, but has escaped unharmed himself. Some quiet on the map as Bestia start to rotate towards the A site. Three players all coming from Palace, so they'll have to be aware that there could be a CT player here in ramp. Actually, it will be Buddha who will be cleaning that up, but Sizzy gets the opening kill onto Tomazine. Nacho here in ramp is making a lot of noise, but Timo has found 2 kills in the meantime. They missed in a 3v3, but... Okay, yeah, Kensador finally cleans up Nacho. Buddha, awkward fight onto Alex666, but he does get the kill. It's a 1v1 because Kenzazor comes in from Essential, excuse me, comes in from CT. Casino 16 seconds to either kill Essential or get this bomb planted. Fake plant, and Essential doesn't bite. Does commit on the second, but Essential doesn't push, just goes for some spam damage. Cassine is actually able to he's able to get that kill. I thought that nade was gonna do a lot more damage, but none of the spam damage from Essential actually connects. So Bestia finally breaking that huge streak of bait.
Я могу ямку.
Пацаны, если это А, вы не срывайтесь на них, если лежите, просто сюда.
So that only one player surviving for Bestia means that it's actually Bates' buy who's better going into this round than Bestia's. Mac 10 on Teemo. Yeah, you can see just how big that round win was. They really need to start getting on the board on this T side. Sizzy's op-ringing out into mid, but not finding any damage. It's just Buddha here, trying to make a lot of noise. Teemo actually gets the opening kill with that Mac 10, and Tomzine comes out from the apartments and gets a second. Tomzine throwing the bomb across over to Cassine to plant. Should be a safe plant, but actually Bait are already deciding they don't even want to have a go in this round. That was a great time to jump out from apartments and some flashes to blind that player of, I forget if it was Kenzas or Essential, but just a good opening kill for Teemo. And that basically wins them the entire round.
Terrorists win.
Смотрите, пацаны, сейчас ставим тайминг, да? Сразу.
Last tactical timeout taken for Bait. I mean,
Знаете,
they should be able to figure out a buy pretty easily. Their money's in a decent spot at least.
и тренеры вы встроили один там, окей, давайте еще одного снять. Две задачи. Сыграем вот эту, пойдем следующий, ставим. Дальше, если что, там в следующем раунде, условно, может просто пойти к своему шагу. Все, куда-нибудь в стороне. Вот сейчас вот постарайся забрать сразу с балкона. Хорошо, засекрал для рабочих.
Подвал нет?
Я думаю, они это ждут. Да, говорю, подвал.
Давай, подвал.
Можешь подвал запикать, да?
Давай.
Я буду на тикете прыгать. Передумал момент.
Пацаны, если это А, вы не срывайтесь.
And once again, despite losing the round, Bait are coming into this round with a much better buy. 2 Khalils and an M4 on the T side. No op for the T side opper either. Very fast and aggressive down mid for Bestia. Kenzazor wanted to take a peek down from short, but he's going to get mollied off. Everyone kind of falling back after taking that initial space, though. The offer of Sizzy is deep in apartments. So Bait should know that if the bomb does end up going that way, they'll get an advanced warning. So they have a stack here towards the A site, which is where Bestia seem to want to end up. Timo goes through this ramp molly, taking a lot of space, but he goes down to a Sentinel. He doesn't clear Sandwich. Another player has been seen, but NPL gets a kill as well. There is a lurk for Nacho. He's actually come out from B, and I thought Kenzador just turned around and saw him, but he does get the kill. Despite that, because of the time, Bestia have to commit to this A site. So now it's a 2v2, and where does he even go for a plant? He can't plant anywhere. NPL, the hero of that round, gets a triple. And Bestia are just way too slow to activate into that round.
No problem.
Sizzy once again playing with the op on this B site. He seems to really like doing that. They've done that a lot. So Bestia smoke window, but NPL has been getting a lot of damage just spraying through this window smoke on a timing. This time he's not going to try and do that. That's a nice nade from Kenzazor. Timu has been boosted into the window, but NPL is watching this. NPL comes out on top of that fight. Cassine, his first time getting the op out in a very long time. Kenzazor's going to go through the he's thinking about going through the short smoke. Buddha gets a kill onto Alex in the meantime, and Kenzazor does end up going through that smoke, but it's Cassine who's watching it with the op. Now NPL here in Ticket gets flashed off, but there is a player here in Ninja that has not been cleared. In the meantime, NPL does go down, and Sentinel has revealed himself. He gets a double. 1v1, Sizzy versus Tomazine. Sizzy doesn't expect him to be in Tetris, and he just pulls his knife out and runs out, and then, wow, okay. Tomazine is able to get the kill through the smoke and track him. Wow. I guess he was expecting him to only be ramp, not expecting him to be Tetris. Potentially the final round. This could be Bestia winning the tournament. Fate only need a single round to bring it to overtime, and Sizzy gets the op out and gets the opening kill onto Buddha. Had an opportunity for a second. He goes forward. He has been hurt, and Nacho gets the kill. He had an opportunity, but Sizzy not able to get anything more. NPL sees a player through the smoke, tries to reload. Essential covers his teammate, and it's Nacho who goes down. 2v4. Not the place you want to have the op for Cassine. 1v4 for Tomazine. He gets the first. And the second, but NPL drops on top of him, bringing us to overtime. I think Bestia kind of tried to rush that round a little bit. It reminded me of the round, I don't know, round 4 or 5, when like Bestia basically just ran into the op of Sizzy, and then him and Alex 666 just got all the kills. Came a little bit closer than that round, but I guess they're just not ready for that. NPL again with his spam from the window. Gets the opening kill. Timo might have a timing, but no. Trying to find a kill onto this jumping player. But that smoke is going to mean Essential is going to be the one spamming into him. A lot of damage found, but Timo is able to fall back. Bait not expecting this to be a B hit. Only 2 players here. NPL starting to rotate over. A lot of utility, but Essential gets the first kill and the second. Only 2 kills here found for Bestia, leaving us in a 1v3 for Buddha. And Essential just playing... Oh, he doesn't get the kill. He had the perfect read. Just being sneaky, but kind of gives it away a little bit. Some nice utility for the side of Bestia, but just all of the kills coming the way of Bait. I think maybe they might have found that, like, after the opening kill goes the way of NPL so early in the round, they just feel a bit desperate and decide to make it a straight B push. This round more or less starting off the same way. The only difference is that NPL hasn't been able to find a kill through smoke yet. Looking like we're going to have another B hit, but this time it will be a split from short and from apartments. "50 seconds left." Susie gets the opening kill through smoke onto Nacho. That was the player lurking through Con. Essential gets a second, also through smoke, and a third, and a fourth. Oof. Also, am I crazy, or was the round kind of spoiled? See, like it says the third round's already blue with the kill icon. I don't know what that's about. Pre-played? So as a result of Cassim buying those 2 ops and not getting any round wins means that there's 2 players for Bestia here on Tech 9s. Buddha getting the fight in mid with the Tech 9, and not what you want. And Zizzy gets a kill onto a player coming out ramp. Tumzine comes out from Palace and gets 1, but NPL trades him. 2v4, 1v4. All onto Nacho, he gets the first, but... Was Kensazor? He probably just dropped. So a straight 3 round wins. Full, like no rounds won for Bestia in their overtime. Not looking like the same team, honestly. See, why is there an icon?
Claro, y tenemos que hablar, porque no estamos hablando.
We haven't
Esa
played that
fue la-
round yet.
fue la tranquilidad. Medio y jugar un punta 9. ¿Ok? Sí. Necesito que hablemos más, no me respondió ninguno de los dos. ¿Están Nacho? ¿Estamos todos?
We're going in for a kiss? What was that about? Small movement flub from Cassine, just trying to get into the window. I mean, not that big of a deal, but it's not the kind of mistakes you want to be making. Although he does end up getting the opening kill, perhaps because of that timing, and Buddha finds a second. Tomazine gets a nade kill onto NPL. He got a kill on Buddha in the meantime, but Tomazine getting some spray damage through the smoke. All onto Sizzy here with the op in mid. 1v3 immediately turned 1v2. I mean, I think it's only fair that Bestia start to get some kills through smoke. Bait have been getting so many. Sizzy not clearing deep enough onto short, so that will be the first round for Bestia. Will Bait have a T-side like Dust 2 and the first half of Mirage, or will it be more like the second half of Mirage, where they're able to streak a ton of rounds together? It didn't look as hopeless as some of their early T-side rounds.
Да.
Дайте мне дым,
Что,
я
не
кину...
мидл, не фейковать?
Пацаны, я кину дым, окно, кину дым, и дайте мне еще один.
Да.
Да, еще.
Whoa! So Bait not opting to bring an op into this round. Actually, I'm not sure they could have afforded it unless they dropped some utility. But the 5 rifles looking like they might want to make this a fast A hit. Players going through this palace smoke, but Teemo 3 opening kills the way of Bestia. NPL gets 1 in return, but Sizzy's teammate has ran upstairs and has gone down as well, so it's all onto NPL. He'll have to do everything if he wants a chance of winning this round. Well, Bestia are fighting, continuing to fight into this map. They have 1 chance to bring this to a second overtime.
Faz una pelea medio y yo me junto a él y casi va a tapeta minha, porque tengo una pistola random.
Ok. Pode fazer isso então, Nath. Trava o B, eu molo o carro.
Bait now having the same troubles that Bestia faced in the last round of their T-side. Not winning any rounds or getting any bomb plants means that there is 1 sacrifice on the side of Sizzy. He only has a deagle coming into this round. Another heavy A hit for Bait. 3 going to be coming up from ramp, 2 from mid, and NPL catches Tomazine off guard. Had an opportunity onto Nacho. Nacho is fighting 2 now, but Buddha, his teammate, comes and helps him out, but Alex gets a kill. Alex is actually out of ammo here down an underpass. Cassine jumps out with the op and gets the kill, making this a 3v3. Meanwhile, the bomb has gone down. Teemo's not ready for this the stairs player, but actually does get the kill before Sizzy can adjust with the deagle. Everyone from Bestia is at least tagged. Kensizor playing a ninja. Essential from Tetris, but Nacho should have a huge advantage. But Essential is able to flick and get the kill. And Kensizor and Essential actually combined to get all 3 kills. So somehow we end up going to a 3rd map of the grand finals.
Мужички, тупо львы, блядь. Тупо львы, нахуй. Красавцы.
Yeah, I feel like winning this is important for both teams because I think it would be a huge boost to their odds of making it to the RMR. Maybe guarantee it, but I don't have a way to do the calculation, so I don't want to make any promises. I know I got my VOD muted for some tournament, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that up. Well, I'll put it really low. And so our final match, or map rather, of the day will be on Ancient. And one thing I noticed is that Bait's win rate is actually the highest on Ancient than any other map, even their own map pick. They have a 75% chance, and I believe 75% win rate, and I believe Bestia was on about 50. Well, I will be taking another short break. We'll be back with map 3 in 10-ish minutes. I'll find something to do. I won't be gone for that entire time, but I'll be right back. 4 of them in it. Well, okay, I can maybe come up with something. Why is it not capturing? Fine, I'll delete it and start again. Why is it? Stupid OBS. Why does it resize the thing under the thing I'm grabbing? Okay. Yeah, see, they're just on the desk for now. So this is just guess the game by the cover. This kind of looks like Red Faction. It's not. Okay, that looks kind of old CG-esque. Oh, it's... Who is that? Jack and Daxter? I think. The Lost Frontier. It is Jack and Daxter. Okay, I've never played any of these. Combat Racing, because there is apparently racing going on. It's Jack 3, which also has racing, apparently. Okay, well. I can use my extreme inference skills to guess that this might be Metal Gear Solid. There is a lot of them, though, and I actually haven't played any of them. Oh. Metal Gear 2. Well. Solid Snake. Okay, it wasn't Metal Gear Solid. That's an old one. I didn't realize it was so old. What is this? A Pokemon of some sorts? No, I don't think so. Donkey? Could this be, I don't know, Crypta the Necrodancer? Crept. I have no idea what this is. I've never heard of it. I think this is Grounded. I'll finish this one, because I don't think I have any idea what it is. I think it's a racing... Or could it be Twisted Metal? Bam. All right.
Ponerse en equipo con el compañero también, no podemos solo individual. ¿Okay? Jugamos en equipo con el compañero. También si un compañero está mal, vamos, lo levantamos, pero todo para hacer
Давайте middle знать, твоя будет задача поиграть вот очень часто прям в районе тебя. Окей? Против них, пацаны, нужно.
apostar con lo que pueda. ¿Okay? Vamos, dale.
Oh. I was like, why is it so quiet? I forgot I turned it down. Now I remember why I turned it down. Don't worry, everyone. The bananas have been eaten. That's how you know it's starting to get serious. Not seeing any banana peels on the side of Bestia. Might be lacking in some potassium going through this strenuous third map. It's hard to figure out like how much time there is before the next map because like they keep going to like, oh, now we'll go back to the desk. Oh, now they switched to the cams to the players, so oh, they're gonna be starting soon, right? And then oh, they go back to the desk and then back to the players, so it's hard to figure out how much time I have left before the map actually starts. And the answer is 0. It is starting right now. So Bestia are starting out on the T side. Bait on the CT side. All players from Bestia lining up for an A hit. Oh god, the flashbangs. But here come the real flashbangs. Kensazor up on the boost with the dualies, gets the first kill. But A main being smoked off, I need to turn the game up. A main being smoked off means that Bestia is not able to make it out. And it's now instead routing some other players to mid. NPL is in charge of this. You'd favor the USP in that fight over the Glock. Bestia feeling like they can't challenge that. Now, just checking T-spawn, and actually now looking like they want to go back towards mid again. NPL has vacated this. So we'll all be on Alex666 here in Donut. Gets tagged, but is able to fall off in time. Asanthiel gets the other player who was lurking out in A main. Thomasine gets one, but it's all onto him. As it's a clean 3 players alive for bait on the first pistol round.
Все, давайте фокус этот раунд, ладно.
Bestia coming up the B ramp. Alex666 sprays all of his bullets, and yet somehow doesn't come up with any kills. Sizzy's able to peek it in for 1, but it's now a 1v3 for Kensazor. He's smoked off, and they know where he is, and he's getting damaged through the smoke. Nacho's actually going to chase him. A 4-spy win for Bestia. I didn't like how Alex666 played that. Just spamming all of his ammo into that smoke and then falling off and then letting the site become completely overrun by Bestia. Sizzy getting stuck in the wall, then actually just goes down to that MP9 of Buddha. Opening kill the way of Bestia. Three players actually rotating through mid for the side of bait through T-spawn over to A. But Bestia have the option of going to either side that they feel like. But they could go into the stack from bait. Sentinel only gets one, and Nacho gets a second kill on Kensazor. So now 2v4. NPL actually has gone unnoticed. Almost gets 180, but it's now all onto him in a 1v3. Only able to get one more, so another... That ends the forced buy rounds. Bestia can be taking an early lead in this map. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with this overlay, because I've noticed that I feel like it shows people with armor when I feel like they probably don't have armor. Like, there's no way that all these players bought armor when they just lost the follow-up round, right? But the icon says all of them have armor. Does HLTV show that? Yeah, okay, so no one for the side of bait has any armor. So the overlay is wrong. Big fight here coming out of Donut, but the inferior weaponry from bait just can't get anything done. Other than kill Tomazine. But other than that... Big fight through this cave smoke here, but somehow... Okay, Essential has taken a tiny bit of damage, but considering the amount of bullets shot, I feel like you should be pretty happy with that. NPL doing a late push down mid, could be doing this jump up to catch a bunch of players off guard. There is no one coming from elbow, so... Actually, everyone from the side of bait rotated towards the right side of the map. Here comes the execute for Bestia. Sizzy caught playing anti-flash. NPL now fighting from this box in mid. Only able to get one, and he's out of ammo, so he really has to fall back. In the meantime, Essential is covering the players who are trying to chase NPL, who's reloading. So nice team play from bait. Cassine switched to this Deagle, which could be the right call considering some of these players are so low, but actually he's able to get one with the op and then traded by Kensazor. Nacho gets one, so now it's a 1v1 and both players are so low. NPL, is he aware that the player could have gone cubby? He should be now, right? And yet, he is not. So a clutch for Nacho. I feel like Nacho was a little bit of the weak link back on Mirage, so it's good to see him doing well on this map. Yeah, NPL seemed so laser focused on either the pillar or the ramp, not expecting that player to have made it to the cubby.
Что делал Виталий?
Round streak continuing for Bestia. Despite the fact that there's been some rounds where Bait have looked like they've been in the lead. But Bestia is just able to make these clutches happen. This is the ancient classic where the CT side leaves the A main completely open and then the Ts are able to run out and take control of the site. However, all the players from Bait are reasonably close by. But the better firepower of the T side, excuse me, is just not enough for them to get any kills.
You fought for Ricky, bro! What the fuck are you doing?
Opening kill and a second for Kensazor as he fights down mid. Bestia tries to go through that elbow smoke and caught off guard. I mean, I'm not counting Bestia out of this round just yet. They've won rounds that have looked pretty similar to this before. Cassine has been boosted here onto this ramp box. NPL not giving him the peek, and Cassine will get smoked off. Buddha actually does get the kill coming out of cave. That was exactly what Essential was watching for. But then Kensazor catches the two players coming up ramp. Buddha gets one more before he goes down, but that's finally a round win for Bait. Bestia taking a tactical timeout, excuse me. I feel like they actually haven't taken that many of those. I've noticed a lot more of Bait using them than Bestia. But they do seem to need a moment to sort out their buy. Their money is a little bit unbalanced in a kind of a weird spot. Timo dropping that AK for Tomazine and picking up a Tech 9. Love to see that. I mean, Tomazine has consistently been the star for Bestia. So you want to give him the best weapon you can. So NPL going to be throwing this A main smoke just in time, as Bestia were just now starting to reach that choke point. 4 players stuck behind it. Timo stuck all on his own on this side of the map with nothing but a smoke and a Tech 9. Throws the smoke, actually gets a big dink onto Sizzy because that will make him start to panic. But in the meantime, the players from Bestia are all starting to come out from A main. NPL not really able to find any damage, but Sizzy with the op here is now here to watch this line, but Cassine actually gets the better of him. And Kensazor here in Donut has been smoked off and is not able to prevent the bomb from going down for Bestia. NPL has actually made his way deep into Temple and is able to come out and get a second one as well. It's all into Nacho, who's on so low HP. After getting trash talked by Bestia in that previous round, now showing returning the favor a little bit. Not using his words, but his bullets.
Sí, que te quiere camupés. ¿Y me estaba echando? No.
Upgraded pistols coming out from the side of Bestia. Looking like, again, they want to try and abuse this A main side, which has been left so underguarded by bait. But that only matters if they're able to capitalize on it. Kensazor gets the opening kill. Doesn't know if there's another player here. NPL gets a third, but it's all Kensazor other than that first kill from NPL. Buddha actually getting the opening kill onto a Senthiel through that cave smoke. Bait starting to push out from Donut into mid. There are a lot of players here for Bestia. Sizzy with the op gets the first kill, and then Kensazor pushes forward into the second player who's elbow. So now a 4v2 in favor of Bait. Cassine and Nacho just regrouping, starting to push mid again. Kensazor will see one player on the jump and the second. NPL doesn't want to push too forward. It actually just wins the fight versus Cassine. And then it's Sizzy who gets the last kill with the AWP. Sizzy hasn't had the best start to the map, but starting to warm up. Bestia opting not to fight for mid this round. Essential just jiggle peeking this with a pistol. I assume that's for the movement speed. Okay, he actually does get mollied away and retreats. 3 players here on the B site for bait. But the utility from Bestia means they basically have control of the entire site. Alex 666 actually does get the better of Timo on that smoke spray. Two Tech 9 kills come out, only one from Kensizor, but Essential and NPL combined for 2 more. 1v3 for Buddha. And he just goes down right away, instantly deleted by Essential.
Да, 3 красных, хороших.
So bomb plant for Bestia going into the final round of the half means they should have a pretty sizable buy. But, I mean, no matter what, you'd probably feel not the best with the way this map started. This was 1-5. And now 5 runs in a row for bait. Sizzy getting aggressive with this AWP down ramp. 2 of his teammates pushing with him. He actually won't find anyone because Timu is far enough ahead that he will not be seen even when these smokes fade. Alex probably will clear this, although Timo is just starting to watch this, and Alex not ready for that angle. Timo sees one more, probably calling for some utility from his teammates. And he receives some! Not the utility he was asking for, but, you know, gotta take what you get. Kensizor will be fighting now into this mid. He gets the dink onto Tomazine. Nacho gets a kill onto NPL. So Kensizor fighting around this smoke, somehow able to get another kill. But he will go down to Tomazine, so 2-man advantage turned into a 1-man advantage for Bestia. They seem aware that there could be a player here in this mid cubby. Essential will clear it. Buddha here in the donut, hoping he goes unchecked. We'll hear both players. He does have backs turned. Gets the first and the second. So Bestia starting to, well, finally able to end that win streak for bait. All right, here we are, getting into the final half of this series. Bait will be slow walking this round down mid. 4 players coming into this donut position. Alex will be the 1 player coming in through A main. Nacho gets some utility, but some damage in return. Tomazine tries to push A main, does get the kill. 4 kills for the side of Bestia. I didn't catch how all of those kills came through, but I am genuinely surprised that Bait got nothing done in that round. Glock eco for Bait. We call those Gleekos. Kensizor almost caught Timu through utility. But he does get one, but then he does go down. Boot's starting to run out of ammo, but his teammate is able to arrive in time, prevent that from getting out of hand.
Tiramos muchas frases,
Messina has been run boosted up onto the lane, but a lot of utility will force him back with not much damage exchanged either way. Bestia now leaning the right direction. 3 players on this B site. Alex666 coming up the ramp dry. Gets some damage onto Cassine, clears the cubby. And causes some of the other players to fall back. Now it's a 3v5 turns to 3v4. Now 2v4. Tom Nazine gets deleted by Sizzy. He's finally starting to warm up into this game. For this round he was on 4 and 10. Now it will just be Nacho on the other side of the map left to save.
Давай. Давай.
¿Qué quiere hacer medio?
Bestia emptying their pockets coming into this round. 4 M4s to show for it, along with 1 MP9. Bestia did leave A main open at the start of this round, but now it's Nacho starting to watch that, see that there's no players coming in. So 3 players from Bestia are able to stay here on this B site. Buddha just playing this pixel angle, hoping to get a smoke down in time. Decides to throw it with that molly coming in. Ascenthiel gets some spam damage onto Buddha through it. A little bit of a Bogdan going on. Cassine now relegated to watching Red Room, but actually, as his execute starts to come in, he changes his mind. Now it's Tomazine watching that. Kensazor gets a clean double coming in from Cave. Alex getting the bomb down. NPL more spam damage through these smokes. How is he so good at finding them? Cassine falling back is being hurt by Kensazor and goes aggressive and prevents the save from Cassine. Nacho stuck saving all alone again. I feel like this is the best looking we've seen Bates T-side all series. Also, I just realized how the overlay displays armor. It's not necessarily incorrect, but it shows if a player has head armor, it shows the shield with a helmet on. If they have armor but no helmet, it shows a filled-in shield. If they have no armor, it's an empty shield. I feel like it shouldn't show a shield at all, because that, to me, says I still see a shield, so I'm like, oh, they've got armor, but empty shield equals empty armor, I guess. So this round, Bait have stacked that Hero M4 onto the B site along with 3 other players. Buddha, all alone with just a smoke, will be in charge of A main, which is where all the players from Bait are going to be coming through. Cassine at least has started to rotate through, and that smoke did prevent Bait from immediately pushing onto the site. Timo sees like 3 players, and Sizzy lurking here in A main, actually only good for 1. So now at the very worst case, Bestia could save 2 rifles. One of them does go down. Tomazine with the USP. Okay. Bait not letting that eco round get out of hand.
Пацаны, пацаны, они...
Tensazor, very aggressive out mid. Takes a lot of spam damage for his trouble. He has been absolutely on fire this map. Buddha again playing this pixel angle, able to get the smoke out. Just barely gets his gun out in time to get Kenzazor. Tomazine spraying this ramp smoke. Bait kind of stopped in their tracks. Tomazine takes the initial aggro, but they should be ready for another player here in cave. Buddha, you will get the molly down, but they're just going to run through it. NPL actually gets a second entry onto the site. All into Tomazine in the cubby, and he gets killed by the player coming up ramp. Bestia looking like they don't even want to go for this round. They're just going to end up saving again. Ten rounds going to be found by Bait.
Чтобы я побежал. Дайте мне дроп. У меня резко есть. Лёх, кинь ФК.
Bestia taking a tactical timeout as they really start to feel this pressure. What was a really comfortable lead for them is no longer there. It shrunk and now it's gone the other way. They really need one of these 2 saved rifles to really get involved in the action. Which is not what happened in the previous time they saved. It was only the 1 rifle that time. Tensazor with a crazy shot onto Nacho. That was one of the saved rifles. Tomazine gets pushed into the cubby and Not able to get anything done either. It's such an early 2v5. Teemu does get a deagle. Cassine has to be very careful because there is a player pushed up in this red room. Sizzy gets Teemu on the push. Cassine does find the lurker, so it's doable. Actually, now only 2 players left. They're just fighting him dry. But they should know where he is, so if they just play a crossfire, it should be unwinnable against that AWP. Oh. That was such a winnable round, especially considering that he almost killed a player crossing into the site to turn it into a 1v1. Hey, thanks, Quick One. I appreciate it.
Они 100% выиграют. Всегда. А, реально?
Уже это следующая идея. Просто сейчас можно сделать реально просто
Да,
личию.
да, пацаны, даже если будет героик, не хуёвик, у нас охуенная позиция будет. Я буду бежать без СВ. Да, да, я буду...
Very fast down mid for Bestia. Alex666 just kind of faking some info here onto the A side, but it's Kensizor is going to get the opening kill in mid onto Tomazine, who's been the top performer. Kensizor, a second kill. Teemu does kill NPL. But the only route that Bestia have to get into this round is through this temple push. And that will get mollied off. Do you just save again? It must feel so horrible to have to make that decision, but that might be their only option. It is going to be a save. I don't have any plans to cast anymore today, because this is the only tournament I have like the rights to broadcast. And I don't know what my next tournament's going to be either. There's one that starts literally tomorrow that I applied for, but I haven't actually gotten approved. I don't know if I will get approved like today or tomorrow, but other than that, I don't know what I'm going to do next.
Да, да, да. Cuatro ronditas de mierda. Tira otra, tira otra. Por derecha. Vale. Por mí que sean bien a Legacy, boludo. Eso lo digo.
Match point found here for Bait. The only saving grace for Bestia is that the fact that they keep saving means they can keep investing into these rounds, but at this point they can't save anymore. They need to start winning. Kensizor again getting involved in these early round fights. This time Bestia are not able to, well, they're able to escape unscathed. There are no scathes on either side. NPL might be taking this fight dry, but he's not able to hit the shot. Should hear at least a couple of players, but he's been mollied. Cassine gets one. There's just so many trades back and forth. 1 man advantage for Bestia. Cassine he's run out of ammo with his op. He fired so many shots, and he only got what, like two? Oh, he got 3 kills. My bad. Alex666 here has lurked out onto the A side, but the crossfire on the bomb means that he's unlikely to win this round, especially with such low HP.
Poi pensavo insieme a casa sta rondando, non so che passò.
So the huge winning streak of Bait earlier in this half means that they're unlikely to run out of money anytime soon. So even if Bestia are able to win all these rounds, it's unlikely that any of them are going to come for free. Switch, switch. Okay. Okay, BESTIA taking very early control of mid, and then they're just going to re-smoke elbow and then vacate it for now. Bait slowly creeping forward. We've seen Buddha play this exact same pixel angle with the smoke. It's worked out once and it has not worked once. So we'll see what happens this time. This time it seems like it's pretty neutral. Able to get the smoke down and no one tries to push through it. Big fight down ramp. Tomzin gets 2. Running out of ammo, but he is able to fall back. Alex 666 does get the player who does commit to the ramp fight. This could really get out of hand for Bait, but no, Cassine is able to cover his teammate very well. Alex 666 always ends up from these... He got the molly kill onto Cassine. It's now a 1v1. I was just about to say, there's no way he can win this with the crossfire that... Now I think there's no way he can win it. Yeah, okay. Nice try for Alex. I thought that was unwinnable, but it actually did end up pretty possible. So actually, Bait's money is starting to run out, so they have to make a choice. They'll need to do one either partial or force buy round. They just need to decide whether they want to do it now, or whether they want that to be the final round of the half. They want to save it for the final round. So Bait very heavy down mid. BESTIA not actually fighting for mid control at all. Cassine blows open the smoke and actually gets the opening kill. I think Sizzy has found a pocket where that molly isn't going to spread to. So will Buddha be ready for it? Okay, well, Sizzy's running, so he will be known. Only a Glock in his hand, so there's not too much he can do. Tomazine flanking the cave player, and now Timo seems like he knows. Well, we just had to go to the final round, didn't we? Timeout taken for Bait. They really don't want to screw their chance to win this in regulation. Is this what they saved for in the previous round? Top coming out for Sizzy. They're putting a lot of responsibility in his hands, and he has not had the best map. Teemo just getting a spray kill through the smoke down the ramp. So early advantage for Bestia. They really want to bring this to overtime. Bestia have two players fighting out cave, but there's about to be fire coming from all directions. Alex666 has been made aware of. There's no way they're ready for three players here. Cassine takes the first shot, and then because of that missed shot, actually Kenzazor takes down Buddha, but Thomasine gets another kill. Crazy blind flick from Thomasine. So now it's a 2v4 for bait. In the favor of Bestia, rather. They're going to have to just come up ramp, and that has not gone well for them the last few rounds. I think Bestia might have just done it. We have overtime. I mean, I feel like the series has looked over in like 3 different points, but somehow the other team just keeps bringing it back to keep it going. Nice touch on the slow motion there. Oh. Might be having a bathroom break in between the overtime. Somehow missed that we went each half going 6-6. This team's just completely even. Yeah, I think I saw some of the players from Bestia getting up, so I assume it was a bathroom break or something. I'm a little bit surprised because I feel like I've only ever seen that happen mid-match, like literally once. And that was the MAD Fnatic one that went to like an insane amount of rounds. Or maybe it's a tech pause, I'm not sure, because it looks like they're getting their phones. Now, does that help your mental if you're bait? Because you've just let slip this big lead when you were on match point. And so now, like, it stops their momentum and it gives you time to, like, kind of recover mentally? Or does that, like, you know, having the more time to think about it, does it just make you, I don't know, get it on your mind even more so you can't let it go? Or does it do nothing because these people are professional players and they're, should be used to high stress environments? I don't know. I'm just yapping. All right, here we are, the first round of overtime. Sizzy trying to fight through this elbow smoke, but goes down to Thomasine, who sprays it with his M4. I noticed that they hadn't tried to do that basically their entire T-half, and then the one round they finally do try it. It does not go according to plan. Now looking like Bait's going to have 3 players coming out of A main, but they've got the op here, who does miss their shot. Thomasina's also on the line here back in CT. But somehow it's Alex666 who cuts the kill onto the player who was in Donut. And so now, only a 1-man advantage for Bestia and a bomb plant secured for Bait. And SNTL gets a kill onto the player trying to come out of Temple. Alex gets another kill as well onto a player in CT. Now a man advantage for Bait. Cassine with the op trying to come out Temple. Timo has made it onto the site. SNTL just peeks without any pressure being applied, but now it's on to Cassine. 2 players here in CT that's... He does get the first. Does separate it into a 1v1. Alex666, he does read that Cassine is trying to stick it, so Bait finally able to win a round. It is not until overtime.
Да, ходит все, выдыхаем, пацаны, все нормально, все в нашем руках.
Nice shots from Cassine, but just smart play from Alex. Sizzy again trying this round the way that it started the previous time. This time he at least does get a tag onto Thomasine, who is going to now fall back. Going to be swapping out for the op. That low HP. This is looking like it's going to be pretty similar to the previous round. Thomasine here with low HP and the op. Will he get the opening frag? He will indeed, and fall back. And then this time the Donut player is able to get a kill and fall away as well. Fight down mid as well. But that's going to be SNTL is now going to be falling back and going A main to join his teammates. Unless it was all a ruse. Both players low here. SNTL comes out on top. So that does open up mid. Bomb yet to be planted. Big fight coming out of Temple right now. SNTL with op gets the first kill. There's another player who does get the kill onto SNTL as well. It's another 1v1 against an op. NPL with the fake plant. Thomasine with the op doesn't even swing, but NPL still gets the kill before Thomasine can pull the trigger. 3v5 recovery from Bait.
Пацаны, говичи делают. Трэп.
Скину. Я кину окно, я кину.
Я с вами.
Well, he wasn't scoped up. Okay, we are late into play. All right, so 4v4. Crazy how they started this round 4v4. I don't know why they decided to do that. NPL gets a second kill as well. So now a 4v3. Momentum and weaponry firmly on the side of Bait, and now they've got a man advantage to play with on top of that. Everyone from Bestia just playing apart. One player in mid, one player in donut, one player on the B site. They are starting to push. But Timu, I keep seeing Timu. Timu, okay, he doesn't go far enough forward for NPL to see him. Bestia, do you at least now have 2 players on the site that Bait seemed to want to go to? Well, they had 2 players on the site. Seeing this MP9 gets 1, but he's out of ammo. So a 1v3 needed for Timo. He's ahead of this Molly, but there's a second one, so now he's been hurt. And Sizzy with the op, finally coming into this game.
Бля, пацаны,
3 chances to finish this series for Bait. A lot of utility down mid for Bait, but it's not going to find any damage. Sizzy fires out a shot. Buddha might be deeper than he's expecting. If Bait do decide to swing, but Ascenthiel is the one who swings first, and he is ready for that fight. Three players from Bestia coming in through Donut onto this A site. Pretty good crossfire here for Bait. Okay, Bestia are able to get the opening kill, but then 3 come out for the side of Bait, and now it's a 1v4 for Cassine with the op, and he can't get it done. I'm glad that Bait decided to leave all of their trash talking for after they already won. Unlike Bestia, to be fair. Yeah, unfortunate. Or are they still trash talking? Bestia? Yeah, unfortunate for Bestia. They made some crazy comebacks, had some crazy leads, had opportunities to win it, but Bait are just barely able to edge them out. I still feel like coming in second is going to be enough to like pretty. They're probably secure for the major. They should get the invite. Second is still a pretty good result for them. And Bait, I think they were also pretty secure in getting their standing for the major, but I think that basically secures them. I don't know if we'll have a trophy.
How did we end up here, Dennis? What a sprint it was.
Oh yeah, we ran straight down to catch this amazing moment down here.
Yeah, and I can tell you it wasn't a sprint, it was more of a marathon for these teams. We are going to be talking to here downstairs. We have Bestia waiting in the wings. Welcome. The South Americans, a tough loss. You have to say it's a very tough loss. If we start over here with you, Buddha, the captain, you get so close. The comeback is so good, you get to overtime. Your first thoughts after that game?
No, I'm very tilted. I think we throw a lot of rounds and we play like very fast, and that's all. Nothing more.
It's obviously a rough situation to be in. You came so far through the upper bracket. Did you maybe feel the pressure knowing that elimination was on the line?
No, we only focus on our game, and just finally we missed some things that can also win.
Before you came here, actually, I want to talk about you were in Portugal, and it was a rough travel for you guys to get over here. And I just wanted to ask, did you feel maybe the fatigue going in? But you still performed very well, but obviously playing so much Counter-Strike, do you think it gets to you? Or do you think maybe that's why these small errors happen?
No, at this moment we just, I don't know, we just throw the game. Because in Mirage we have the game in our hands and we just throw. That's it. We are not tired, we are not, I don't know, we just throw it.
I want to ask almost the same question. There's a lot of traveling for you guys, a lot of LAN events, a lot of like traveling around, not being home. How does it affect you?
I mean, we are a bit tired, but this game is in our hands, so we throw the game. That's it. I mean, that's not the reason because we lost. So only this.
Okay, that's honest. And I have to ask you, how do you recover from something like this? Playing again tomorrow, how do you shake it off?
No, when do they play tomorrow? Didn't know they played more.
So this means nothing to us right now.
Oh,
okay,
they're going to Riga.
Thank you very much to Bestia. Let's give him a big applaud.
Yeah, the secondary finishes, they can be very proud of the run that they've had, I think, absolutely. And we are waiting for the winners to arrive down here on the floor. I see them waiting in the wings. Bait, honestly, give it up for the champions. Unlikely champions, if you ask me, considering how close some of those maps went. Sizzy, first, your first thoughts. How did that game feel?
I'm excited. It was good.
I wanted to ask you as well, you haven't played that much on LAN. How many trophies have you actually taken on LAN? Would this maybe be the first?
Yeah, it will be the first for me.
Big congratulations to you. You played great in the final, but Kansas or that final map, you had such an insane performance. How does it feel?
I feel good. Nice.
Easy. Nice.
Easy. Well, that's how you might feel it, NPL. I mean, you've had such a tough run. You fell into the lower bracket quite early on, and while the pressure was on, you were facing elimination in almost every game. But you managed to pull through. Do you think you get better under pressure, or what was the key to winning this event?
I don't know. Just easy games, you know. Low skill opponents, that's it.
A lot of confidence over here, Dennis.
I have to ask you, you took some heavy losses during this tournament. Falcons Force, you lost a map. You've lost several maps so far. Did you ever doubt your ability to win this tournament?
I actually don't get it what you say.
Did you think you could win all the time?
I don't know. You know, like, no. No.
Oh, okay. That's honest. I have to ask you the same question. A lot of traveling now for this team, going back and forth to lands, grinding this tier 2. How does it affect you?
I think it's hard. It's not simple. Yeah, but we're trying to our best. Yeah, and that's all.
Yep. Alex, I have to ask about the energy levels in the team. You have been pretty quiet this tournament, but now in the end we can hear you. How do you feel? What are the emotions?
Why is that guy in a top hat? Is there a magician here?
Like we should win like games more easier, but there is no like free wins for bait when it's coming to like major or some close games, important games. So it's every time it's so hard to play, but we are always winning. So I don't know. I'm just happy for my team. That's all.
That's true. In the end, you are always winning. And I want to ask you to summarize this whole event. How has your experience been here?
It was amazing. It's definitely one of the best tier 2 tournaments. And yeah, basically the goal for us was just to win the tournament. We tried our best not to think about major. And yeah, I'm just happy about everything. I'm happy about my team. They did great. They did a lot of insane comebacks. They kept mentality and basically, yeah, they just amazing. They deserve
it's like something you see in the Matrix.
Thank you so much. Another applaud for our winners, our champions, BATE.
And the trophy being presented to the winners as the champions of the 3rd edition of the Challenger Championship here in Copenhagen. Sizzy raises the trophy immediately. First land title for the youngster. Oh, you're just happy to see it. So, oh, come on, pass it around. Oh!
Okay. Well, thank you for watching. I'm going to end the stream here. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure what the next tournament I'm going to be casting is. I've applied for one. I might try and reach out to another. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you very much for watching, and congrats to BATE. And thank you to Parking Challenger Championship for letting me cast their tournaments. Okay, well, we're almost done. Might as well watch the...
Going all the way around.
Because I applied for HLC Belgrade, haven't been accepted, so I might find out the day of. Actually, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah.
A prestigious land title.
Riga, the Open Riga tournaments, they have a... there's like, oh, if you want to cast, just join our Discord. And their Discord link doesn't work. You didn't do anything! Stolen valor! Anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching.
Huge congratulations.